folks, I'm afraid there is no time for one of my entertaining, funny, and enticing intros this week. In fact, there were far too many adjectives in that previous sentence considering how much we have to get through. And that one was only compounding the error. And that one. And that one. We don't have time for this. And the reason we don't have time for this is because we are here on an important mission to arm you with 33 facts about everyone's favorite show that is based on a small town in Colorado, South Park. So let's jump straight into it. Now! South Park was created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who met while studying film at the University of Colorado. They bonded over a love of doing silly things and making each other laugh. The unofficial first episode of South Park was called Jesus vs. Frosty, later remade under the name The Spirit of Christmas, and it was made for an animation class while Stone was at university. It was set in the town of South Park and had characters named Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny. It was made in 1992, 5 years before South Park was made for TV. When it came to making the show for TV, South Park was first picked up by Fox, but then immediately dropped because Parker and Stone refused demands to remove Mr. Hankey from the show. It was then picked up by Comedy Central, and then after they made the pilot episode, the show was nearly canceled before it even aired as the test audiences didn't enjoy Cartman Gets an Anal Probe. I mean, that is kind of a bold name for a pilot episode. Hang on, I know what you're thinking. These facts are great. Wouldn't it be amazing if a channel had done an entire episode on the story of South Park? Why, yes, it would. So we have, which you can watch after this. But in the meantime, the show's animation is notoriously simple, but it's also one of the most iconic features. Parker and Stone have said that they deliberately chose to use the cut-out animation style because they wanted the show to look like it was made by kids. The pilot episode was literally made using cut-out animation before they moved to the software Autodesk Maya. Cheesy poofs became a thing! Following the episode, Roger Ebert should lay off the fatty foods. The company Frito-Lay decided to release special edition Cheesy Poofs on their website. They came back again in 2011 at the San Diego Comic-Con. Kenny is based on someone Trey Parker knew as a kid. As he explained, there was actually a friend of mine whose name was Kenny. Seriously, we should have changed names more than we did. He was the poorest kid in the neighborhood and he would always sort of disappear. What happened to Kenny? Is he dead? South Park has always been a show that pushes the boundaries. And with the episode It Hits the Fan from season 5, they wanted to see how many S-words they could get in. Actually, do I need to say S-word? Or can I say shit? Was that bleeped? I'm here talking about pushing boundaries and I can't even sneak in one effing shit? Anyway, free of the limitations that we have here on the internet, they managed to squeeze in 162 S-words in one episode on network TV. The real name of Butters is Leopold Stotch, which is a tribute to a former classmate of Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Reference humor has always been a big part of South Park, but they crammed in a lot for the episode Imagination Land in 2007.
You are in Imagination Land. This is a dream.
There are over 100 characters from different movies, TV shows, and video games. Wait, over 100? Couldn't we even be bothered to count them? Anyway, next fact. It's time for more profanity facts now. The movie South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut boasts a staggering 399 profanities in just 81 minutes. That's nearly 4 a minute, or, to put it into context, the equivalent to your dad not being able to start the lawnmower. Randy Marsh has held more than 40 different jobs throughout the series, from geologist to internet star. Wait, is internet star a job? Do people get paid? That reminds me, don't forget to like and subscribe. Speaking of likes, Cartman has his own Facebook page, which at one point garnered over 2.6 million likes. The episode, The Return of Chef, was the first one to be released after Isaac Hayes' departure from the show. It was a highly charged episode with plenty of controversy over the aforementioned departure, but they decided they needed to kill the character off. So, all of Chef's dialogue was produced with sound bites from previous episodes. The South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut soundtrack reached #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, thanks to catchy songs like Blame Canada. South Park has been nominated for numerous awards over the years, including 19 Primetime Emmy Awards and 1 Academy Award. It has won 5 Emmys. When they attended the Oscars, Parker and Stone went in drag. Cartman's full name is Eric Theodore Cartman. His middle name is Theodore. Who knew? Parker and Matt Stone like to hide an alien in the background of episodes. If you're like me and you watch episodes again and again, then it's fun to look out for them. But don't try to find one in every episode because there isn't one in every episode, and the constant pausing and searching might drive you slightly insane. Trey Parker makes up most of Cartman's lines on the spot, whereas the unintelligible mumbles from Kenny were all meticulously scripted. Wait, we're only on number 20? The characters Terrence and Philip were introduced as a response to the criticism the show got for the bad animation and fart jokes. And they're Canadian as a response to the fact that Canadians are always too polite. Kenny died 126 times before he died in the episode Kenny Dies. Explaining why they killed him off, Matt Stone said, "Kenny Dies was the one episode where all the characters cared he was dying for once. After that, we said, why doesn't he just stay dead? And I was like, okay, let's just do that." It was that easy of a decision. I think a lot of people probably haven't noticed. I couldn't care less. I am so sick of that character. Comedy legend Jerry Seinfeld was a huge fan of the show, so he asked his agent to see if he could get a guest spot on the show. Their offer was that he could play one of the background turkeys in the Starvin' Marvin episode. Seinfeld declined. That didn't stop them offering other incredibly minor parts to celebrities, though, and as the show got more and more successful, more celebrities found the time to take up those obscure roles. George Clooney played a dog, just barking a few times, while Jay Leno was the voice of Mr. Kitty the cat. The episode, Trapped in the Closet, from November 2005 caused all hell to break loose in Hollywood. It was reported that Tom Cruise threatened to pull out promoting Mission Impossible 3 if it was ever aired again.
Dad! Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet!
Although he later did this anyway. It was the episode that caused Isaac Hayes to leave the show. Parker and Stone submitted the episode for an Emmy Award, basically just to piss people off. And to their surprise, it ended up being nominated.
You made me look stupid. I'm gonna sue you too.
Well, fine, go ahead and sue me!
South Park episodes are made in a week. They work in a small team, all in the same building, so they really work well as a team. An entire documentary has been made about their process called 6 Days to Air. It's well worth a watch once you've been through our entire back catalog. Casa Bonita, a real restaurant featured in the episode of the same name in 2003, actually saw a spike in business after its appearance in South Park. Yeah, see? Product placement works, kids. Yeah. The Museum of the Moving Image in New York City has an exhibit dedicated to the show, celebrating its cultural significance. Hey, ever struggle from motivation and clarity of thought when you work? Well, Trey Parker has a cure for you. Whenever he has writer's block, he likes to play with Lego blocks. That could be helpful information for you. For example, have to write a certain amount of facts about an animated TV show for a YouTube channel. Matt Stone and Trey Parker used pseudonyms in the credits of the original pilot. They were called Tupac Schwartz and MC Goldstein. The show's creators have deliberately left the political affiliations of most characters ambiguous, allowing for a broad spectrum of commentary. When you have a show that's been running over 25 years, you need to give yourself plenty of scope for change. Okay. Woo! We're nearly finished now. Stay with me. Make Love, Not Warcraft is one of the most critically acclaimed episodes in the show's history, but Trey Parker didn't think it was any good when they made it. In fact, he begged the network not to air it because he thought it would ruin their legacy. Sometimes you can be just too close to a project to be able to appreciate it. It was nearly Kyle, not Kenny, that bit the dust. Stone and Parker felt that Stan and Kyle were too similar, so they felt like killing off Kyle. In the end, they kept him and Kenny went instead. We'll end this on a high! South Park will continue to be made until at least 2028. That will mean that it runs for its 30th season, which is pretty incredible, really. The latest deal for the creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker is worth an estimated $900 million. A staggering amount of money for a cartoon that started out as a class project. Stay in school, kids! Anyway, that concludes this list of 33 facts about South Park. Do you have a favorite? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more quality content. Thank you for watching.